You're listening to the Jazz FM and Friends Late Night Show.
So we've covered quite a bit in the first part.
Yep.
So obviously...
One more album to go.
And then the album is?
Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing Was the Same. Yeah.
That iconic album cover.
Yep. Drizzy in the Clouds as a baby. Yeah. Deluxe edition, Drizzy in the Clouds with his classic shape up.
Beautiful.
Yeah, mate, so good. And again, I think this is where he really evolved. I think this is where he really found his own...
This was the rap album after So Far Gone.
And then also his most concise album.
Agreed.
Because
body of work overall,
yeah,
in terms of getting some substance in there for the first proper time that wasn't just about girls, because he talks about his mum and his dad on this album for the first time, really, and various other things. But yeah.
Well, what I love is if people don't know, his mum was an English teacher and a florist. So that's he always says the reason why I get the language is from my mum. You know, Sandra's Rose. Yeah. Hence, you know, it's the florist aspect. And then his dad, he said, that's where I get my swag from. He was the musician, you know. From the South. He was the G. Yeah. You know. So I guess
I love looking at I love looking at him on his Instagram.
Like it's mad, isn't it?
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's so good. You can see where he gets it from.
And do you know what I love about it as well is like obviously his dad, like from what you find out later on, his dad's life obviously didn't really go as well as his mum's did financially and in terms of like quality of living and stuff, but like with the resurgence with Drake's success, like he's really like brought his dad into like a different light.
His dad has released his own record.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you can do that, and that's probably just been a dream of his, and like be able to really do that.
Again, he's kind of just bringing everyone up as much as possible. Yeah. You know, whether it's mum, dad, friends, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, this album is, like I say, if anyone doesn't know, the art cover is actually a Toronto artist too. Yeah. Again, that whole theme of bringing the
city up.
You know, I know Tory Lanez actually hated on Drake for a little bit. Well, not hated. He had a bit of beef with him because he was mentioning the six so much, and there is a slight disreference there. Then we've kind of talked about the sound because that's what all he wanted to do. So make a sound for Toronto. Yeah. But this album is incredible.
He just got the most personal on it. This is definitely where he got the most personal, and like I say, I think the last two, Thank Me Later, self-admittedly wasn't necessarily made for him and was rushed. And then, like I say, Take Care, quite a mainstream album, a lot of pop songs. This one, like he just had some stuff to talk about, which I think was a big criticism of him up to this point. And yeah, he does it so well. And
I remember waking up and realising that this album had dropped straight on Rap Godfathers, downloaded it straight away, headphones in my MacBook, listened to it, and I thought, this is what we need right now.
Yeah, mate, he opens albums so well across the board. We talked about it earlier. He opens and closes albums so well. His opening songs are usually really quite dramatic. There's usually quite a lot of bars in there. Sometimes there's some subliminals in there, which we always like. And then the outros are normally either timestamp songs or just songs where he's just addressing beef or just addressing things, and he just goes in. And those are the songs that I feel like non-Drake fans need to invest time in, just to see, especially hardcore hip hop fans.
Like I say, you have
if you like him.
You have Drake with the slow jams, the R&B. You have the pop Drake. You even have the kind of dancehall music Drake, right?
Yeah.
Then you have now even the dual Drake. So you have 5 different types of Drakes.
Well, yeah, that's what he was saying, wasn't he? He said he has almost 4 different fan bases that he has to try and cater to. So when you're making an album, and they talked about Scorpion at this particular time, because they said obviously a lot of people's criticism of Scorpion is too many songs. You feel that?
There's a lot of songs.
But the reason he said he does it is, what are you going to do? If he believes in the 10-song album.
Oh yeah, that's what he loves.
Right, he believes in the 10-song album. But the problem is, if you're a straight rapper like Eminem, a 10-song album's perfect. If you've got 5 genres and therefore you've got 5 different fan bases you have to please,
you just got to cut it down.
What are you going to do? Just give them 2 of each? You can't do that.
We had to pick 2 now.
Yeah.
I think you got.
Understand? We had to do that. Yeah.
But how much did we hate picking it?
But if he does that, does he achieve the level a fan base that he's got? Probably not.
I think 20 songs is a lot of songs, man.
It's a lot of songs, but if it was getting to a point where, okay, the numbers were dropping off because only 16 of the songs were like really doing well. No, all 20 of those songs are still doing crazy numbers.
Yeah.
So you can't say necessarily it's too much because people are still consuming it.
Would the quality be better?
I agree. I agree. And when we do Drake Part 2, the second 4 or 5 projects or whatever it is, I will talk a bit more about how I think there are more throwaway songs on those albums. Inevitably, if you do a 2022 song album,
exactly,
there's going to be Ratchet Happy Birthday is probably the worst song he's ever made. However,
but then again, all the girls that play on Instagram for Happy Birthday are fucking mad.
And again, that comes back to the fact that he is trying to be a pop star and the biggest artist of all time. Anyway, yeah. So where are we?
One thing I do want to say is, obviously, with the kind of Scorpion album, I know we're not getting into it yet, but with the 20 odd songs, he wanted it to be like Life After Death, B.I.G., where
2 sides,
just bangers. You know, obviously you got the first half kind of rap, then the second half R&B.
Yeah.
So he's like, in my eyes, I just wanted it to be 20 odd songs of absolute bangers, and that's what he wanted to produce. But then I don't have the attention span for 96 minutes of music, and I think that's what Scorpion is.
Yeah.
So this album was perfect for me. It had great features. Jhené Aiko, Sampha.
Yeah.
There's
Magic
like,
Jordan.
Yeah, when you talk about lyricism, right? Because again, I think this is where he became the most adept lyrically. When you talk about lyricism, there's 3 big things when you talk about making someone the best lyricist. Like ability to do metaphors, similes, double entendres. So like your actual wordplay. Your cadence, yeah. So again, flow, but also fitting things into that, and then storytelling. So like being able to make people like dive into what you're saying and like just hook them in 2 lines. And he does all 3 of those things on this album in different ways.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Gezz FM and Friends Late Night Show, the only place for hip-hop discussion and general chit-chat.
Gezz was like, right, I'm going to ask you some questions on the podcast. And I was like, what?
The tunes you were playing was unbelievable.
For me, he's the greatest of all time for many reasons.
Can you answer this on the
Why
spot?
are you doing that to me, man?
Sorry, I've lost my cool now.